just in time for back to school, a breakfast casserole. But this is not just any other breakfast casserole. This one is super easy. So I'm starting by cubing up a little bit of bread, just 2 slices. This is gonna help absorb the egg and give it some texture. Before I put that in my bowl, I'm gonna go ahead and whisk my eggs. I'm using just 6 eggs here. While you could let this soak overnight, the great thing about this casserole is that you don't have to. Whisk these up a little bit and then add everything else straight into the bowl. Bread slices, some cheese, some bell pepper, some bacon that we've pre-cooked. You could also use cooked sausage here. A little bit of green onion, a little bit of garlic, a few tablespoons of milk, and some salt and pepper. And we'll just mix that together. And you just wanna make sure all that bread has absorbed the egg. You can see that this casserole is not like a really custardy casserole, so there's not like a ton of egg and milk. And that's what's gonna make this cook up really fast. My kids will love this because it's more about the cheese and the bacon and less about the egg. It's not that they don't love the egg, but on a good grab and go breakfast, this is what they're gonna prefer. The recipe calls for a 9 by 13, and that's gonna give you like really thin kind of squares that you can cut this into at the end. I want mine to be a little thicker, so I'm just gonna use a casserole dish that's just 1 size smaller. All right, you just wanna lightly grease it and pour her on in. If you wanna use a larger dish and get more servings, this recipe is easy to double or triple. You just have to cook it a little longer. That was so fast, and this just goes into a 350-degree oven for just about 20 to 25 minutes. Most casseroles, when they have a lot of egg and milk in there, take usually at least an hour, so easy. Completely done in no time. The difference in this casserole and some of the other breakfast casseroles you're used to is that this one, because it has less of that custard, this can even be a handheld breakfast. Of course, I'm gonna cut me a little square now, but it cuts in squares versus like grabbing a scoop out. So you can make this ahead of time for some meal prep, cut it into your squares, let it cool completely, and then wrap each individual square. This is what I do so my kids can pull it out of the fridge, pop it in the microwave for like 30, 45 seconds, and then they have this delicious breakfast versus something like a cereal bar. You can add a little more green onion if you want. Just because it's straight out of the oven, I'm gonna go in with a fork. It's a lot of flavor in there. This is what I'm talking about though. It can be an easy handheld breakfast. A lot of you message me asking for ideas for easy breakfast for your kids. This is one to try. Delicious enough for the weekend, fast and easy enough for the school days. Tell ya.